Here's the finished rear floor section on my K5 Blazer. When I bought this, about the back 2 feet of it was completely rotted away. This beam was rotted away. The corners here were gone. This back section, probably from here all the way up to maybe around here, I'm going to be replacing because it was rotted away on the other side. So I don't care about any of that. Like I mentioned, from here back, that whole floor piece is going to get cut out and thrown away. I'll have a new floor piece to come in. Here's what that new edge looks like. I got that down all the way up to here. And so, like usual, before I jump into a project like this, I always go on YouTube just to see if anybody else has any videos that kind of show what's involved. And there's not a whole lot of content for K5 Blazers. So I'm going to try to make more videos for you guys just to show you how I'm doing some of this stuff. Now, when it comes to this floor, if anybody made a complete floor that went all the way up for the 70s K5 Blazers, I would have bought one. But nobody makes that. I'll show you what I mean. This is a 76, and you can see right behind where the seat goes, this comes straight up, and then it's a floor all the way back. So it's actually a pretty long floor. And then in the 80s, they moved this upswept part back to about here. So the front floor section goes all the way back to here, and then it comes up. So the floor is actually shorter. They make that floor, they don't make this one. So I've got a little bit of rust I need to patch up right here, but the worst of it was back here. So they do sell these separate floor sections. So I'm going to show you how I did this. I just cut out about halfway up, right in between the wheel wells, and put these new floor sections in. In this video, I'm just going to show you the process. I want to explain how I'm doing this here. So normally when you do body work, you'd want to butt weld your next panel right up against this seam exactly and just have one bead of weld right there. I'm actually not going to do that on this piece intentionally, and I have a reason why. So I'm going to overlap this piece all the way up to here and just weld right there, and then I'll weld under here on the bottom side. And the reason is right here and here are the body mounts underneath. And this floor, while it wasn't rusted through anywhere, there was a fair amount of surface rust underneath that I sandblasted off. And so if I overlap this, it'll be 2 layers thick right across where the body mounts go. So I'll have a double thick floor. It's going to act almost like an extra support beam underneath there if I have twice as thick a floor right across the body mounts. So I'm going to do that this way, and I'm going to put some seam sealer in between the 2 sheets of metal just to try and prevent moisture from getting up in there. But I just think that'll make the floor a little stronger, have a little more support right across the body mount area. I gotta scuff the bottom of this thing because I'm going to be spraying epoxy primer up underneath and bed lining it, and the bed liner or the epoxy primer won't stick to these shiny surfaces, so it's easier to scuff it up now before I put it in there than to scuff it up laying on my back up underneath there once it's installed. The goal here doesn't have to be perfect, just need to rough up these shiny spots in the paint a little bit and make them dull. And then you can see I ground a line where I'm going to weld underneath there. So when I'm laying underneath where the 2 seams join up, that's my weld line. So I'll weld that edge, and then I'll go underneath and weld this near edge, and then there'll be an edge right here that I need to get right up against this beam, and I'll probably put some welds, maybe some spot welds. Maybe I'll drill some holes in this and spot weld this to the beam all the way along. Now what I'm going to do is put a couple little sheet metal screws in this in a few places just to really hold it down. Here's what this looks like. I got a screw there and a screw there. I'll put a little bead of weld right back here. I got screws all along up there, just holding that edge down so I can weld it. And then I'll take the screws out and weld the screw hole shut when I'm done. And then up under here, there's a few bolts there that have to go in. And once that's all lined up, it's got a real nice tight fit. And I'll put seam sealer all along this gap, all the way around there when I'm done, before I paint. But that's looking really good so far. So I'm going to go ahead and start welding. Now, do you see how that panel doesn't lay exactly flush? So what I'm going to do is take my hammer and just hammer down those edges so they look like this. Here's what the finished seam came out looking like. Now I just put some spot welds on here. This does not need to be welded solid all the way along because this is not an exterior seam that you're going to see on the outside. This is going to get seam sealed shut. Then it's going to be covered in Dynamat and carpet and everything here. And the bottom will be bed lined. And this seam is hidden behind a beam on the bottom side anyway, so you won't even see it. So if this were on an exterior panel, you definitely need to weld seams solid all the way through to make sure moisture doesn't get through and get to your paint. But that's not an issue here. So I'll just throw a bead of seam sealer across this and we'll be good. And here's what this one looks like from underneath. You don't see any welds because they're all behind this beam. I put that seam right over the top of that beam there, so there's no welds. So there's going to be a bunch of welds on this one, but I have another one of these beams and I think I'm going to put it right there, so that way you won't see any seams. This is what the second half looks like. I got this all trimmed up. I had to trim in a couple places just to make it fit exactly. There'll be a seam that goes right down the middle here to join it to the other side. But I ran out of seam sealer, so I can't weld this right now. I'm gonna have to go to town, go to the store and get another bottle of seam sealer, but otherwise this is looking great. This is almost done. A few spot welds and the floor will be in. And the next step will be color matched bed liner underneath the whole truck. So I'll be sanding and scuffing all that POR 15 that I put on under there. I'll show you. The whole bottom of the truck is all done. So I just need to scuff that and start undercoating. Making good progress. Now these holes you have to find and cut in the new sheet metal. These are for those body mount bolts. You kind of have this square part on the bottom. Goes down into that square hole. So I'm just going to have to measure over on this side, find that hole, mark it, and cut a hole for that in this side too. Okay, here's what this second piece looks like from the bottom. See, that seam lines up pretty good. I just need to grind the black so that I can weld to it. That's lined up pretty good. I'm going to bend all these down and tack weld that first. And then I'll tack along here. And then I'll probably have to hammer this down a little bit to get those bolt holes to line up. Man, that welds so much nicer than my old crappy worn out MIG welder. The old one, the wire just wouldn't feed consistently, and I think the voltage was inconsistent. Just everything about it was worn out. I just got a new one yesterday, and man, that's just perfect. This new welder is doing such a nice job, I don't think I even need to grind these welds. can just seam seal right over those. I got it from Harbor Freight, or no, I didn't get it from Harbor Freight. I got this one from Northern Tool. I did a review on my channel if you want to see it. All right, I hit that seam under here with some welds on the bottom. So now all I need to do is get that little support beam in there. I'm going to put it right over the top of that seam. Okay, I drilled out a bunch of spot welds on this panel. I'm going to try and get this little support beam off of there. So let's see if we can separate that. Alright, I did finally get that thing separated, but I don't think I would do that again. I think there are companies that sell these little support braces separately. You can just buy them. That would definitely have been a better option, because this was a lot of broken drill bits and swear words. Probably not worth the effort. Okay, I drilled a bunch of holes in this thing so I can spot weld it from underneath. Soaked it in primer on the bottom side. I can put it in there and I'll just fill all those little holes with spot welds. There's that little support beam. My holes for spot welds didn't work out so well, so I just kind of welded it right to these ribs, right to these. Put some primer on it, so that's done. I'm also going to put a bead of seam sealer here, underneath here, and basically probably along there too. Anywhere that I can see that there might be a seam, or anywhere that water might be able to get in, I'm just going to seam seal the heck out of everything. And then this will all get bed liner over it later. All right, both of these floor sections are fully welded in now. All the little screw holes are welded shut. The seams are all welded. You can see here for where I welded it underneath. I got all the bolts in the sides. So the only thing that's left now is to finish seam sealing it. I'm going to put some seam sealer down. I got a couple different kinds of seam sealer. This white stuff is the AC Delco GM original equipment stuff. I got this one from the parts store. I don't think it really matters which seam sealer you use. Any seam sealer is probably fine. I'll try this black stuff this time. All right, that is it. Everything is seam sealed across the back edge, in the corners on both sides. There's white seam sealer there, black seam sealer on this side. That stuff is paintable, so you can paint over the top of it. I seam sealed along this seam here. So now, like I mentioned, that's twice as thick in the middle, right where the body mounts are. So I'm happy with that. Now this is ready to get painted, and then there'll be sound deadening like Fat Mat or Dynamat in here that covers all this up, and then obviously insulation and carpeting. But that takes care of the floor. Hopefully this was helpful for some of you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.